Guys here, and it's the final day of One for All versus the OU tier. Cannot wait to get into it. Hopefully we do really well today, and cannot wait to see what will the team performance be overall. And before we get started, please consider voting on the community tab for the next monotype. At the moment it's 50-50 between normal and ground. If no more votes come, then I'll have to maybe spin a wheel and see wherever the wheel lands on is the team that we're going to be using for next week. But if you want a specific team to win, just please consider voting down below. Really just makes it easier. But without further ado, let the games begin. Here is our first matchup, and it's a mono dark team versus a mono fairy team. This is so awesome to see, honestly. Massive threats, definitely the Assyrian somewhat, definitely the Rolling Moon as well, and most importantly is definitely the King Gambit. I'm actually going to lead off with Dapper predicting the Assyrian somewhat, as they do lead with Masquerada. Do not mind just going for the strangest theme here. We could also go for Will-O-Wisp. We're just going to go for Strange Theme in case they want to switch out into Darkrai. They do just opt to go for the U-turn. If they go straight into Darkrai, we will at least get some nice damage off, and then we can switch into our Amy. As they will opt to go into King Gambit, which does make a lot of sense. Definitely want to keep Dapper around. I don't want to tell it just yet though. Just try to think who will be the best one to switch into. I think it'd be Marina. As they will opt to go for the Sword Dance, we will just go for the Surf. We should be able to take at least one Iron Head, as they do Teledark. Sucker Punch does get us a torrent range. We barely miss out on the KO right there, which is very unfortunate. Do we need Marina in this matchup? It'll be very helpful against the Weavile, but we do have Dapper around too. And then we can switch, or we can just switch into Zero, but they might predict the switch out here. So we just have to let Marina go down, go into Zoro here. And then just opt to go for the Close Combat. No reason not to. We will take the Sucker Punch extremely well. We did force Terra out very early on too, which is fantastic for us. As they will now bring in Masquerada, which, if they're bringing it against this one, makes me think that they are choiced. So we'll just go into Dapper, as they will opt to go for Foul Trick, which does make perfect sense here. We will now just go for Will-O-Wisp on the potential Hisuian somewhat. As they unfortunately do forfeit, we do get our first win here. GG, awesome to see other people using mono teams, honestly. Really awesome to see right there. And yep, let's go into the next matchup with another massive threat being King Gambit and definitely the Iron Threads. Go lead off with Marina. Could predict the Deoxys Speed, as the Deoxys Speed does come out here. So this does give us perfect time just to go for that nice Surf. As they will opt to just go straight for the Psycho Boost. We will get the Surf off. We barely miss out on the KO, but I'm actually going to go for Moonblast here in case they want to switch out maybe into Ogerpon. As they do just opt to go for Knockoff, we do get the KO. Fortunately, Marina does become a bit low. Definitely can see the Ogerpon coming in here, which is a very scary threat. As the Ogerpon does come out, we'll have to go into Dapper here. Hope they go for the Agriculture. I was really worried that they might go for the Sword Dance. We'll just go for Will-O-Wisp here on the Iron Threads. We'll have to bring back in Marina, which I really do not want to do, as they do just want to set up the Stealth Box. We can just go for Surf. They are banned, so we might be able to take a hit, as they will predict the Surf and go straight back into Ogerpon, which is honestly very scary. We'll have to stay in here. As they do opt to just go straight for the Agriculture, we can just go for a Moonblast, which is honestly fantastic. We're gonna have to let Marina go down here, which is a bit unfortunate. But at this point, we can just bring in Summer and opt to go for a Moonblast. or we can bring out Zero, but I think Zero will be very useful late game. We could bring back out Dapper, but I really don't want to. We could also, yeah, it's either Summer or Zero. I think it's going to go with Summer. Just off to go for Moonblast. Get the KO, which is fantastic. We get the KO on the Ogre Bomb. We've only seen Stealth Fox on the Iron Treads so far, as they will bring in King Gambit, which does make a lot of sense. So I have to bring in Dapper here. Hope they go for Swords Dance, as they do just opt to go for the Iron Head, which is very unfortunate. We did lose Dapper there, but this does give us a perfect time to bring in Zero, but I'm actually going to bring in Amy instead. The reason for this is in case we force accidentally to tell her, and it could really put us in a bad spot, as they will just go into Iron Treads now. We could just opt to go back into Summer here, predicting the Earthquake. As they do just opt to go for the Earthquake, we can now honestly just go straight for the Air Power and get the KO on the Iron Treads, which is fantastic. King Gambit could definitely come back in, or the Roar Moon. Again, really tough matchup, as the King Gambit will opt to come in. We're staying here and Air Power to try to get some nice damage off. As they do just opt to go for the Iron Head, get the KO, which is completely fine. I believe we can just go into Zoro now, potentially, or back into Amy. I think honestly, I think we need to keep Zoro really healthy against that Roar Moon. So we just go back into Amy. They know we have the Brick Break, so they might want to tell here. So I actually go for the Play Rough, as they do go into Iron Valley and predicting the Brick Break, and we barely miss out on the KO. I thought we would have got it right there. We will just go for the Brick Break now, as they will opt to close combat. It is physical, but we do get rid of that Iron Valiant, which is honestly fantastic for us. As the Roar Moon will definitely now come out. We're going to have to Gigaton Hammer. I think they are going to sell her, which they will do. And we barely miss out on the KO right there, but we can just go for Play Rough and then just go into Zoro. We still have our potion for speed, so we still hopefully should be faster than the Roar Moon. And this should be GG. If we are faster, which hopefully we are, we get the KO, we force the Teller. No need to worry about King Gambit telling. We get the KO, which is fantastic. Very close game indeed. Very hard one. I think we played that really well there. Just making some crucial predictions right there. Fortunately, we had to let Marina go early. Sarah's been putting in a lot of work that game. And let's go into our third game. Our third game, and we're against Rain yet again. We could lead off with Grandfather, but they can easily lead off with the Iron Treads. But we still go lead off with Ardena just in case, as they do want to lead off with Pelipper. There's no reason not to go Thunderbolt right here. If we get the KO on this mon instantly, we can severely weaken this team with the two Swift Summons in the back. Very worried about the Raging Bolt and obviously the King Gambit. But we've got 2 wins in a row so far. Hopefully we can keep this win streak up, as they will opt to go for Iron Treads. Nice scouting on the opponent right there. I actually want to go into Dapper to scout what type of set this could be. If it is the special set, we could be in a big trouble. So we just go into Dapper, as they will just opt to go for Stealth Fox. We're just going to go for the Defog here. See if they want to switch out, potentially into Kinga. If they go into Kinga, then we do have, and that reveals that they definitely are more physical than special, with that bottle switch alone. If they do go into Kinga, we do have a nice counter being our Marina. As they will just opt to go into Kinga, we can just switch out into our Marina right here. And honestly, I'm half tempted just to surf on the Iron Tread or the King Gambit. That if they could also double switch here, which will be very scary. They could just go straight into the Raging Bolt. But we can definitely take a Thunderclap from a Radiant Bolt. And that was our IVs off for. And we can get off a very powerful Moonblast. Just to really weaken that one. And again, if we manage to get rid of the rain, if we manage to get rid of the Pelipper, we are in a great spot. Late game as well, Zero looks incredible, as they will opt to just go for Weather Ball. Does quite a bit of damage. I am definitely going safe here on the most likely Iron Treads or King Gambit. Because they're most likely feeling a Moonblast. And I don't think they want the King down just yet. As they do just go into Iron Treads, we can just go for a safe, instantly get the KO. Awesome to see. They will now probably go into Pelipper here. And as they do, are we faster? We should be faster. We can just opt to go for a nice powerful Moonblast to really try to weaken this Pelipper right down. And now they don't really have good switching to Dana either, so we can potentially Moonblast spam later on. So already very intense game, as we do manage to get it off, as they do opt to go for Hurricane. Look, we got that special attack up right there. We can honestly opt to go for safe again, predicting the King Gambit, but Moonblast should still be doing a lot, and they let Pelipper go down, which is honestly fantastic. And they forfeit. We get 3 wins on in a row so far. Hopefully this continues, and let's go into our next game. In our 4th game here, and pretty deadly team, especially the Weatherboom, the Hisuian Guga is such a massive defensive threat. Definitely the Great Tusk as well. I'm going to lead off with, just looking by the team, I'm actually going to lead off with Amy predicting Hatterene. As they do just lead off straight with Weatherboom, which does make perfect sense. We can easily just go into Dapper here, get some nice chip on this mob. As they do just opt to go for knockoff, which does make a lot of sense. And we will just go for Will-Wisp here on the U-turn. Hoping to catch the Guga, yep. Just for a nice little chip damage over time. We can now just go back into Amy, as they're definitely most likely going to Flash Cannon. As they do, we can easily take it. We get some nice leftovers recovery, thanks for the grassy terrain as well. And we're actually going to go for knockoff, predicting them to switch out. As they do not switch out, we get rid of their Soulfest, which is honestly fantastic. We can definitely take another Fire Blast. We will have to go for Play Rough now. Does a nice chunk, as we do live, which is honestly fantastic. We get rid of this Guga, and the team really does open up, as they will now just go into Skeledig. We could have went for a nice another knockoff right there. We will just go into Marina, as they will opt to just go for Torksong. We are actually just going to go straight for the Moonblast in case Weatherboom does want to come in. They do bring in Hisuian Guga. Hisuian Guga does go down, which is honestly fantastic. Weatherboom would definitely now come back in. We can just always switch into Dapper against this mob, as they will opt to go for the U-turn. Again, want to keep Dapper nice and healthy. And we definitely still need our Amy around for the Hatterene mainly. But we can actually Shadow Ball spam now as well, which honestly looks really good. They could switch into Skeledig here. I could definitely see the Hatterene coming in too. We can definitely see that one coming in. Don't think we're going to see the Halucha, just because we can easily get the Will-Wisp off on that one. We could see the Great Tusk if they don't realise that we're Levitate. As they will opt to go to Hatterene, makes perfect sense, and they do get the defense boost, which is honestly very scary. Right here, I'm actually going to let Summer go, as they do opt to Terra Water, so I'm glad that they Terra Water before we made that move. We will actually go into Zero here, and as they do go for Side Shock and get the instant KO, this unfortunately, this could be over, but we still have a nice Choice Specs Thunderbolt that could potentially 2-shot. as it does, which is fantastic. They opt to go for Draining Kiss, which I don't think Maria can take another one. So we're just going to go for Thunderbolt again, as they do want to switch out. Nice deadly threat out the way. Unfortunately, Zero did have to go down there, but it's not over just yet, as we will just go back into Dapper, as they will just go into Hatterene. We will just go straight back into Dana. There is no reason not to, as they will just opt to go for Side Shot. We are just going to go for Moonblast, predicting the switch out. They actually switch out into Cell Surge. Did not expect that. We still have our Marina really at good health, as they will opt to just go for the Talk Song again. I'm actually just going for Flip Turn here, as they will bring back in our Weather Boom. Forgot the name for a second right there. And we actually will bring out Summer here, go for the Moonblast, just to really put more pressure on the team. As they will just go back into Select Scale Days, we do get the special attack drop as well, which is honestly fantastic. We can just opt to go straight back into Marina here, as they do opt to slack off. We will just now go for the Moonblast, as they do predict us to go for the Moonblast. They do decide to go for the Will-O-Wisp. We're just going to go for the Moonblast yet again. No reason not to. Barely miss out on the KO. And unfortunately have lost our Rocky Helmet earlier, as they do opt to stay and go for the Grassy Glide, which is honestly fantastic. And we're just going to go straight here for String Steam. Do not want any more relics to come in, as Hatterene will just come back in. We will get some nice damage off, and we'll just go straight back into Dana. Keep bringing that nice threat in, as they will just opt to go for the Draining Kiss. We'll actually go for Shadow Ball now, predicting the Skeledage to come out, and as it does, we get some nice damage off. Go for the Shadow Ball yet again, and potentially force another switch out. But we are looking very good here, as they do bring in Great Tusk, which does make a lot of sense. We do nice over 50% on it. We can just go back into Dapper now, as they will opt to go for Ice Spinner. We can just go for Will-O-Wisp here, no reason not to, as they will bring back in Skeledage. Honestly, this does give us a perfect time to bring back in Dana, predicting the slack off, as that's what they will definitely go for. We can just go for Shadow Ball yet again. We should be able to take a Talk Song. As we do, we can definitely heal with Dana back up here, as they will just opt to go for Great Tusk, let the Great Tusk go down, which is honestly fantastic. Force in the Weather Boom. We can just go straight into Dapper here, as they will opt to just go for the Grassy Glide. We can honestly just go for the String of Steam here, as they will just go back into Stellar Egg. Do we get the Confusion? No, we do not, unfortunately. And honestly, from this point, we could actually bring out Summer, as they will just opt to go for the Slack Off. We can now just go for the Air Power. No reason not to. Get some nice chunk of damage in, as they will opt to just go for the Talk Song, which does a lot of damage. And we now force in the Halucha, which is actually quite scary for this late in the game, as they can KO us with an Acrobatics. But Marina still have very good HP, and we should be able to take one hit. As we do, we get the Moonblast off, we KO the Halucha, which is honestly fantastic. It's definitely what we needed Marina for. And at this point, we can let Amy go down. I think that's the correct play. Just really thinking about it, yeah. So we're just going to let Amy go down as they go for the Grassy Glide. Now the terrain has ended, we can just bring out Summer. And honestly, just go straight for the Air Power on the Skeledage. As the Skeledage will come out, we will go for the Air Power, get the KO on that Mon, which is honestly fantastic. We force out the Hatterene, as we can now just go into Marina, let Marina unfortunately go down, which will bring in Dana here. And honestly, there's no reason not to Thunderbolt. We will go for the Thunderbolt, we will get the KO, which is honestly fantastic. Is it a GG? Because it's still all depends on if Summer can take a grassy glide, and we do comfortably, and we get the KO. Such a close game. Nice 4-0 at the moment. Honestly, really awesome to see. And could we actually get 6 wins in a row? I hope we do. And let's go into the next one. This is our 5th game in very deadly team with the Iron Moth, the Tinkerton, the Gold Dango, I mean. Going to lead off with Amy, as I do just want to go straight into the Rabombi. Very scary. We do have Defog, but they can bring Gold Dango in at any time, which is very scary. We'll just go for knockoff here. In case the Gold Dango or the Iron Moth want to come out, they do opt to stay in, just go for the Moonblast, which does make perfect sense. And we'll have to bring in Marina against the Iron Moth, as the Iron Moth will come out. We'll just go straight into Marina now, as they will just opt to go for the Fairy Dance to also unfortunately get the special attack boost. We just go for the Surf as they reveal Telegrass and Energy Ball, and this honestly could just be it actually could just be GG from here, which is so unfortunate. As we do get our Photosynthesis attack, as they do opt to go for Sludge Wave, and yeah, unfortunately that is pretty much GG from here. Again, really unfortunate. So it won't be a 6-0, but if it can be a 5-1, that would honestly be amazing. As we honestly do take the hit with Dapper, which I honestly wish we knew earlier. We could have just went for Defog and then got Revenge. So we could get one more KO with Dana. Unfortunately, they do not get fully confused. We can just go for Gigaton Hammer right here. And yeah, that's it. Oh, we do get at least one more KO with Amy, which is honestly fantastic. But now they can, they opt to bring in Dragonite, and then just go straight for the Earthquake. Again, very quick game. Let's go into our final game here. We've got a massive threat again with the Iron Threads, the Wellbeing plus the Halucha Core, the Tinglu. We go lead off with Dapper, the Dictin and Tinglu, as they lead off with Pectron. We can just go straight into Amy on this one. No reason not to be honest, as they will just go for the middle of the chain. I'm very happy to knock off here, predicting maybe the Iron Threads could come in, as they do opt to actually stay in. And they do go for the Pollen Shot. We do get rid of the leftovers, which is honestly fantastic. As they will bring in Tinglu, we can easily just go back into our Dapper, as they will opt to go for Stealth Fox. We will just go for Will-Wisp here, as they will just go back into the Pectron, which is honestly fine. There's no reason why we just don't bring out Amy here. They can easily go for the Parting Shot, as they do just opt to go for Recover. It does make a lot of sense. We can honestly opt to just go into Dapper again, and that's what I'm going to do. Most of their mons are physical. We could even Telesteel Dapper in this matchup. Not really the Halucha. The Halucha becomes a massive threat if we Dapper. So they will opt to go into Iron Threads, which does make a lot of sense. Again, I'm always scared of Steel Beam. We will get our Defog off, which is fantastic. And they did opt to go for Iron Head. We could opt to tell it here, go for Pain Split. It does mean we do have a very weak matchup into the Halucha though. But as long as we don't let the Halucha set up, we should honestly be fine. I'm just going to Telesteel, go for the Pain Split, as they will opt to just go for the Iron Head again. And unfortunately, we get flinched. But we can just opt to just go for the Pain Split in case they do want to switch out now that we Telesteeled. Again, it does unfortunately mean Halucha can definitely just come in, as they do opt to switch out into Pectron. Pain Split should still affect Pectron, yep. As we do opt to get a nice chunk of damage off. They are definitely going to recover from this position. So it does give us a chance to bring in potentially Dana here and opt to go for a nice super effective Shadow Ball. As they will opt to go for the recover, we can just go for Shadow Ball here. No reason not to. Barely miss out on the KO. We do see the parting shot, but now the Petulant is so low as the Hisuiya Samurott will come in, which really makes this a massive threat considering that we did tele Dapper. We have to go into Marina here as they do telewater Aqua Cutter, which does so much damage. We have to opt to go for Moonblast here. And unfortunately, I think Marina will go down, which is super unfortunate. But we can just bring in Summer now and just get the KO with a nice... we could actually go for Air Power, but want to go for the Moonblast, get the KO on this Mon. We did force a Teller. So they forced our Teller, we forced their Teller, which is honestly fantastic for us. We can just opt to go back into Dapper now, as they will just opt to full switch, which does make a lot of sense. They most likely are bringing Petulant here. No, they bring in Rillaboom, which is very interesting. We'll just go for the Pain Split on this one, as they will opt to go for the knockoff. We opt to just go for that Pain Split, get a nice chunk of health right back. We can opt to go for Will-Wisp now, as they will switch into Petulant right now. We can just go straight back into Dana though, and then we opt to just click Moonblast, honestly, predicting the Ting-Lu. So I'm definitely think to go switch out, as they do not switch out and they do just opt to go for the parting shot again, which brings back in the Iron Treads. Really did not expect that. We still have our booster energy intact, as they will bring back in Rillaboom, which is honestly very interesting. We'll just go for the String of Steam here, as they will just opt to go for the Wood Hammer, which does make perfect sense. But now we can just bring in potentially Summer again, or Zero at this point. Zero we could go for close combat, but I think Summer's the nice safe play here. Again, do not want to bring in that Hawlucha, as they will just let Petulant go, which is honestly fantastic for us, as they will bring in the Iron Treads, and we really don't have a good switching into this Mon now, which is honestly scary. But we do not need Amy anymore either, so we can opt to just go for Amy. Unfortunately, let Amy go down, as they will actually opt to go for a full switch, so getting a nice little knockoff on the Ting-Lu, which is honestly really beneficial to us, as we will just get rid of the leftovers. We can now just honestly just go for Play Rough, as it does nothing to this Ting-Lu, and then we can opt to just Gigaton Hammer and just slowly wear this Mon down, as they do get the KO on us, which is very unfortunate. But at this point, unfortunately, I don't see how we can beat the Hawlucha. We will just go for Air Power here, predicting a switch out, as they do not do. They will just go for Ruination. They know we're locked into Air Power. We should have switched out instantly right there. We will just have to go into Zoro. They do not have their Grassy Seed up, so this is the perfect time to bring in Zero, as they will just opt to Fire Punch, which is very interesting. We would actually just go straight for the close combat here, as the Ting-Lu will just come back in. We can take down the Ting-Lu. We're left on a 3-3-3 scenario, as they will just bring in Rillaboom, and Rillaboom can honestly just Grassy Glide to victory now, right? Again, a massive mistake of letting Dapper go down right there, but honestly an awesome day overall. Nice 4-2. Really shouldn't have jinxed it hoping to get the 6-0. We did lose our last 2 games, but honestly overall we did really well right there. Very happy. And yeah, I'll see you on the MVP, won't see you on the MVP screen today. That will be tomorrow in the performance. And if you like Pokemon content in general, please consider subscribing. and most importantly, enjoy the rest of your day.